Hi folks, Dr. Jim Gishwin, PhD here again, and retired career intelligence specialist, and also a retail store opener, and at one time a restaurant partial owner. Yeah, I've done a lot of things. I'm writing a book now. The lady that actually offered to write a book about me was the lady that owned the Mobile Press Register. And she unfortunately passed away, so I guess that leaves it up to me. Let's talk about the left. Oh my God, they want us white men back. They want men back because Spanish men and black men have abandoned them too. And they don't understand what's going on. Sitting there, now they're going to sit there and spend millions of dollars, sit there and try and study on how they can talk to men. Well, it's easy, folks. For decades, he sat there and demonized men. Male toxicity and everything else. Cancel us out. And what do men believe in? Men believe in less government, leave us alone, to make our own decisions. And we support our wives. We want our wives to be successful. We want our daughters to be successful. We don't want our daughters to be able to have to walk in to a damn locker room or restroom with some pervert male in there pretending to be a woman. I mean, this is all common sense. I don't want, my daughter's fully grown now. I mean, she's 40 something, and she's all her kids have left the nest. But I've got a granddaughter, and she's 19. I don't want her sitting there having to deal with some pervert going in there. She's a pretty girl. I love her, and I'm very proud of her. She's the only granddaughter I got. I got 7 grandsons, and now a great-grandson. Anyway, Everett Miles. But anyway, this Democratic thing of the end justifies the means. And they showed that in the last 4 years under Biden, covering up everything, covering up his prostate problems, covering up his daggone mental health. And now they're all coming out and they're admitting it. Because they want book deals. Okay? We got to sit there and figure out who was running the audit and who was actually running our government. I got my suspicions about it. Remember the guy that sat there and said to a reporter, wouldn't it be nice if I could sit there and have another term in office running from a basement with some guy with a hearing and just dictate the stuff to him? Well, that's what he got. That's what he got. It wasn't him actually using the auto pen. But we've got a lot of problems going on now. I've got a statue in China I'm trying to get over. I've already sit there and paid the down payment on it, thousands of dollars, for a bronze statue of 2 soldiers helping another one off for our memorial down here in the South. And I'm willing to pay the 30% tariff, but our window is closing. The 6th of July is the end of it. I don't know. I may just have to leave it and go to that resin thing out of the Philippines instead of the brass one out of China. Anyway, we shall see what happens. I've written to the president asking him for some sort of exemption for this, since it's for a nonprofit veterans group. But I guess he didn't get my letter. He usually sits there and pays a lot of attention to those kind of things for veterans. But the left is just doubling down on a lot of other things, man. They want, they're doubling down on all this transgender stuff. And we know that's all sitting there trying to destroy our culture. And, what can I say? All these judges, we got 700 judges that sit there and think they can override the president on his foreign affairs and on national security. Those 2 things belong to the president, and it's written in the Constitution. Okay? The judicial branch has no business getting involved in foreign affairs and immigration. Immigration is national security and foreign affairs, and the president is the one who controls that. Always has been. We got the supplemental bill, the big, beautiful bill. I don't know, it's not quite as big and beautiful. I got my doubts about it, but we need to get it done for other reasons. Now, all this cutting will come in other bills. See, they can't sit there and put that stuff in on a restructuring type bill. Okay? They have to be separate bills, and they got one already prepared, and it's going to get rid of AID. People, AID doesn't mean aid. Okay? It's a scam. It's a CIA scam. They're a CIA front, for God's sakes. I tell you that as a retired intelligence guy. And what these congressmen and congresswomen would do is they'd get a family member or something, set up a charity or something, even in a foreign country, and sit there and have this group send them money. And that's how they were using it as a piggy bank. Just like they were using Ukraine as a piggy bank before the war. And probably still are. Harvard's got to get their crap together, you know. 23% of the students are Chinese who are required by China to sit there and send back reports to them. So they're getting into industrial espionage and everything else. I mean, China's been spying on us for years. Trump kicked out a whole bunch his last term out of the Dallas area. And we had actual Chinese police stations in Minnesota, up in Minneapolis, and also New York City. And they've been shut down, I think. They might have just moved. But the president's got every right to sit there and declare tariffs. That's his purview. It's his purview, okay? And he's using that as a negotiating tool to get us a good deal. And we can lower our taxes by sitting there having more tariffs. If he keeps a 10% tariff on everything, for God's sake, we're going to make a lot of money. Because people want to sit there and shop here. Okay? Now, isn't it strange that all these conspiracies, that everyone thought that you and I, the conservatives like you and I, and MAGA people, had all these conspiracies going on, and now they're all being exposed, and the Democrats are even admitting to it? Oh, my God. Now they want awards, Pulitzer Awards, for sitting there reporting on stuff that they should have reported on before. Anyway, that's the way it is. That's the way it was. Okay. I'm going to sit there and let you go. Let's keep praying. All right? We got, and Musk is leaving on good terms. You know, his time has expired. He's got to get back to his business. I want him to get us to Mars. So, get us to Mars, man. All right? Because I want to stay alive for that. Time's running out. God bless you all. I love you, and I remain your humble servant. Take care.